2008, we did the Progressive Nation tour.
Okay.
And that was like kind of the flagship run. That was back when Mike Portnoy was playing drums for Dream Theater. And it was Mike who got us on the bill. He had discovered our band. And he
You did this as 3, is what you
said?
said?
Yeah, as 3.
Okay.
Yeah. He had, discovered what we were doing. He was into it. And, and it was interesting because they looked at us like, oh, these guys are the funky prog band. You know what I mean? Because it's like we were not ice cold. We were, things were definitely like a little fiery and different every night. And, we're out there just doing our best to make a great impression on the audience. And
all I heard for the stories from that tour were some of the practical jokes you were telling me about.
Oh yeah, yes.
I don't remember when that was. We were playing somewhere and out in the parking lot. Oh, was that it? I think that was.
There were some good ones. Yeah. I guess it's a thing, where you have to haze the opening band. Really, it's like, okay, this is probably the biggest tour they've done. You know what I mean? It's like some of these shows are like 3,500 people. Some big stuff. And I guess not. I mean, they make it hard on you. I'm not gonna. And this is not even the funny stuff. Like that. You got the sound company. These guys are coming up to you saying like, "Hey, if you want things to run smoothly, you got to grease the wheels, boy." Yeah. And it's like, I'm broke. We're only getting paid $250 for this gig, and I'm like, I'm sorry. A lot of bands that are out there, they have financial backing, and they have rich families, and we didn't have that, so we couldn't pay these guys. So they
were already getting paid though as
oh yeah, no,
I've never heard of that. That's crazy.
They're getting paid, but they want, if you want things to run smoothly for your band, you better grease the wheels. And sure enough, when we didn't grease those wheels, boy, there were squeals.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Squeaky wheels. And our sound guy was like, no. So he knew who to call. He called Tony Levin. He said, Tony, these guys are... they're not treating us good out here. And Tony called. He called Dream Theater, and he told them what was going on, and everything was smooth after that.
Were they still employed?
They were still employed.
Wow.
And they were like, "Is there anything I can get for you, Mr. Eppard?" So, in the progressive world, Tony Levin, he's like, he's kind of like the
entire world.
He makes a call. I mean, thank you, Tony. Tony did us a solid there. But yeah, when the tour came to wrapping up, that was when the Gremlins came out, and Mike Portnoy dressed himself up in some kind of weird outfit, and he decided to have some fun with all the bands. But he got us. He printed out a bunch of pornography. Like off a shitty printer, and he taped it all over the stage, like on all our wedges. And then
not some Channel Z stuff. This is something.
No, he's definitely.
3 boobs.
Way more than 3 boobs, or it was more like, I think that's a boob. And then what they did was they took Scotch tape to the keyboards and taped certain keys together, so no matter what you do, you're hitting fucked up notes. You go to play it, it's like, so, and you can't see on us. The stage is dark. You're not going to be able to find all the Scotch tape. They covered the drums in baby powder, like carefully, so that you didn't necessarily notice until you went boom, and then it was a cloud of. So we're all coughing, choking. There's pornography everywhere, and we're just like, at first you're kind of mad, you know what I mean? Like, God damn, I'm trying to like, and then you're like, all right, you just gotta go with it and laugh it off. And that's really, I think, the test is like, who can handle that? Yeah. And if you can't handle that, then you can't handle the music business. And so get out.
Yeah, I guess there's far worse things than baby powder.
But when you try doing stuff like that to like, one of the original Swedish death metal bands, that shit doesn't go unanswered. Okay. It doesn't, I would never do that to Opeth. Okay.
Yeah, those guys seem
okay. So
scary.
They did some shit they closed the curtain on Opeth. The curtain came down while they were playing.
Oh my goodness.
And that curtain's heavy. if that shit came down on your head, it could really hurt you.
Wow.
You know? But they closed it on them while they were playing. They didn't like that. So
They didn't like that.
No, they didn't like that. They immediately went straight to Walmart after the gig, after their set. Before Dream Theater came on, they made a run to Walmart and they bought these like golf setups, like with like it was like a like a kiddie golfing setup. It wasn't an actual real golf ball, but it was like a
wiffle balls for golf.
Kind of like a golf wiffle ball setup.
Okay.
And so they waited for Dream Theater to go on, and once they were in their set, they set it up side stage. And they just started taking turns. And I will never forget the look on James Hetfield's face when the ball just plunked right off his forehead. And I saw his eyebrows do this thing like he could not believe that had just happened to him. And it was like, he's like, he has nothing to do with this bullshit. Like, why is he getting pelted in the head with but we were side stage watching Opeth, and we got a few turns into.
Why were they teeing off, no pun intended, on Hetfield though? What, like it was, or was it no,
just a crossfire.
Just a crossfire.
Yeah, it was just whatever you could do to their band to embarrass them.
Wow.
But they really got Portnoy the best, because he had one of those vocal mics that when it was time for him to swing, there was some kind of thing he hit and it would swing around like that right into his face and he'd start singing.
Yeah.
Well, they rigged it up. They put a pie on it so that when he hit it, it came around and pied him right in the face. And that was, Opeth is brilliant. It was just incredible that they could do that. And we all felt pretty good after it. I'm not sure how the guys in Dream Theater felt after that. I think
Portnoy seems like he got the worst of it, or
well, he's not in the band anymore. I think I don't know. I'm not going to say too much about that, but
when you're expecting to sing a note and get pied,
it's pretty extreme.
That's pretty badass. That's a really smart joke. The fact that
I don't know how they did it, man. But
because if it was anything else, you could have hurt somebody. Like a pie's not gonna. You take a little bit of a baked apple to the eyeball, you'll be
it was
all
like
right.
a crust filled with whipped cream. That's all it was.
So,
you know what I mean?
So all of a sudden it turned Benny Hill.
Yeah. That was classic. I've never seen anything else like that on the road. So.
And the audience is just seeing wiffle golf balls come flying across the stage. I
don't know. I wonder what the audience is thinking.
There was there had to be big screen. Did 3,500 people see a pie go to the face of?
Oh yeah, they saw that. They definitely. He's all lit up.